The World Happiness Report 2024 ranks 143 nations around the world based on their happiness. The saddest European nation is ranked 105th. The World Happiness Report is a UN study that ranks countries around the world based on their happiness. To do this, it takes into account 6 different factors: social support, income, health, freedom, generosity, and absence of corruption. From their ranking, we have extracted the European countries, to show you the 10 European countries with the highest sadness index. Stay with us until the end if you don't want to miss the final bonus. Welcome to this new video from Amazing Europe. Number 10, Moldova. The high emigration rate reveals the sadness that prevails in this nation. Moldova has seen a 40% decrease in its population in 30 years. On average, 150,000 people leave the country each year, mainly young people. It is true that some 100,000 people also return, but they are mainly people over 50 who have accumulated capital. It is easy to understand why young people leave the country, given a youth unemployment rate of 17%. Moldova is one of the poorest countries in Europe, with a GDP per capita of only $5,700 per year. Another factor that puts Moldova on this list is corruption. Transparency International claims that Moldova is the 8th most corrupt country in Europe according to the perception of its inhabitants. Number 9, Russia. Russia is an immense country, divided between European Russia and Asian Russia. European Russia alone covers 40% of European territory. The demarcation line between the two parts of the country is formed by the Ural Mountains and the Ural River. In the World Happiness Report 2024, Russia ranks in the middle of the list of the happiest countries in the world, at 72 nd place out of 143, making it the 9th saddest country in Europe. There are several reasons for this, including the impact of the war, which has created a $900 million per day deficit. Number 8, Montenegro. Montenegro ranks among the least happy countries in Europe due to various socio-economic challenges. Despite its breathtaking natural beauty and tourist appeal, the country faces high unemployment rates, particularly among young people. The lack of employment opportunities and economic uncertainty contribute to a decline in the population's happiness levels. Moreover, corruption issues, limited access to quality healthcare, and disparities in wealth distribution impact well-being. Political instability and concerns regarding the rule of law further add to the general dissatisfaction, making Montenegro one of the least happy countries in Europe. Number 7, Bulgaria. Bulgaria grapples with widespread poverty and high unemployment rates, leading to economic instability and limited opportunities for citizens. Moreover, corruption and political issues hinder trust in institutions and government effectiveness, further influencing overall well-being. Healthcare and education systems also face challenges, impacting the quality of life for many Bulgarians. However, the 3 factors that most significantly contribute to Bulgarians' unhappiness are the lack of freedom to make life choices, a perceived lack of generosity among the population, and most notably, the perception of rampant corruption, which unfortunately extends beyond politicians. Number 6, Armenia. Armenia is mostly located in Asia, although a small part of its territory is considered to be part of Eastern Europe. From a historical and cultural standpoint, Armenians identify themselves as Europeans. Armenia is considered one of the least happy nations in Europe due to various socio-economic factors, such as poverty, unemployment, low wages, and corruption. However, the primary source of suffering stems from the numerous conflicts that the Armenian people have faced over the past century, including the recent conflict with Azerbaijan. Number 5, North Macedonia. Until 1991, North Macedonia faced political challenges. It was part of the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, under the communist regime led by President Josip Broz Tito. Today, it is finally an independent state, but it is known that fully improving the situation takes time. High unemployment rates, particularly among young people, create economic insecurity and limit opportunities for personal fulfillment. Political instability and corruption erode trust in institutions, which has an impact on the well-being of citizens. In addition, the country faces problems in its healthcare and education systems, which have an impact on overall life satisfaction. Social problems such as inequality and poverty also contribute to a decline in happiness levels. Number 4, Albania. Albania has undoubtedly made significant progress compared to the past, but the country faces a high poverty rate, limited employment opportunities, and a lack of access to quality healthcare and education. Political instability, corruption, and a weak rule of law also contribute to citizen discontent and their low level of happiness. In addition, environmental problems and emigration have a further impact on the general well-being of the population. It should also be remembered that this country lived under a dictatorship until 1992, a regime established by Enver Hoxha in 1944 and which continued for 7 years after his death in 1985. Number 3. Georgia. Georgia, like Armenia, is also considered a transcontinental country. Most of its territory is located in Asia, but a small southwestern part is considered to be part of Europe. Its capital, Tbilisi, is located in the European geographical zone. The population identifies as European and aspires to join the European Union. In December 2023, Moldova obtained candidate status for EU membership. But it still has many challenges to overcome. Indeed, many factors contribute to the sadness of the population in this beautiful country. These include, for example, the high poverty rate, income inequality, unemployment, lack of job opportunities, and corruption. In addition, recent conflicts in regions such as Abkhazia and South Ossetia create a sense of insecurity and distress among the population. Number 2. Turkey. Turkey is also a transcontinental country, with 3% of its territory located on the European continent. The city of Istanbul is an example of this, as part of it is in Europe and the other part is in Asia. According to the World Happiness Report 2024, Turkey is the second saddest country in Europe and ranks 98th out of 143 countries in the world. The reasons for this are multiple. Various analyses, including those by some Turkish media, denounce high economic instability, high inflation, unemployment, political tensions, and restrictions on civil liberties and the press. All of these factors, among others, contribute to a sense of unease and discontent among citizens, leading to a general feeling of unhappiness. Before revealing number 1 and the final bonus, if you found this video interesting, we kindly ask you to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to not miss any notifications. Thank you very much. Number 1. Ukraine. It is easy to understand why Ukrainians are not happy. However, this feeling of sadness predates the war. The country has faced persistent economic challenges, including high inflation and unemployment, leading to financial insecurity for many people. Additionally, Ukrainians have long perceived high levels of corruption in their country. These factors, coupled with the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, have contributed to a decline in life satisfaction and overall happiness in Ukraine compared to other European nations. Globally, Ukraine ranks 105th out of the 143 countries surveyed by the World Happiness Report 2024. While the table on the left shows the ranking we have seen so far, the table on the right shows the ranking of the saddest countries in the European Union. In this column you can also see their world ranking, considering that the World Happiness Report has ranked 143 nations in total. If you found this video interesting, we recommend the one on the happiest European countries. You can find it in the top right corner. That's all for this video. See you next time.